5 of Operation 400 here. Tom started the week off at 336.4, and he ended the week at 341. So even at this rate, 5 weeks in, he still gained 4.5 pounds. And we're going to actually have some quantitative data next week on his on some DEXA scans and whatnot, so you can see the actual lean body mass gains and all this stuff. So what we did here, it's the 5th week. It's still the same exercises. So obviously, some barometers increase progressively in the overload fashion each week. So it might be more, more volume, more weight, higher intensity. It could be a shortened rest interval. Maybe just more volume in the same amount of time, more density. All those different measures have increased in some way or some fashion each week. And he actually, he's been nailing it every single week. So week 6, we're actually going to be going into a deload. So he's going 5 weeks. He's training many of the days. He's training twice a day, as you guys have seen. So he actually feels like he keep pushing. But I'm more worried about, we're not worried because we're not going to let it happen, but having some kind of joint issues and stuff, because he's had some elbow issues in the past. So there's no point attempting fate and getting greedy and pushing it past, especially when we're ahead of schedule. And what he's kind of doing here by gaining so much right now is he's going to get to 400 this year, but it's kind of creating a buffer zone if something doesn't go, perfectly later on. He's got that buffer zone where he can catch it. So you can see Tom's obviously increased each week, and we're making these videos 100% in real time. So this isn't like this was recorded, weeks ago, and here we are, and we already know it's going to work out or anything. This is 100% as real as it gets. As you can see though, Tom's, as we're getting in here to start talking a little about the training here, each week he needs to get a tad deeper there in squats, but he's gotten a lot better there, and he's using more weight, and he's keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So as you're going to see too, next block after this deload coming up, he's going to actually, the exercises are going to change, the routine's going to change quite a bit. So it'll be interesting to see how he reacts to this routine, because obviously he's reacted so well here, but as the old country song says, something to the effect of too much of a good thing type, and we can't keep pushing this forever. We're not going to, because we do with the program, the key is, doing the exercises long enough where you can get some sort of progressive overload and really master them versus, do it where it's redundant and you're doing the same crap over and over, and you totally adapt to do it. So you got to find that line. So usually that line is going to be anywhere from say 3 to 6 weeks or so. But with Tom, we're basically doing more of like a power building type approach, in the sense of he's always going to be doing some variation of the bench press, some variation of the squat, and some variation of the deadlift. And what that does for Tom is we're going to eventually get him on the platform. And he's 6'8", so to really be at that world class level he wants to be at, he's going to have to weigh 400 pounds to do it. Because you think of a lot of these top super heavyweight powerlifters, 308ers and stuff, they're not even tall whatsoever. A lot of them are under 6 feet, so it only makes sense to build Tom to lift, so to speak. I mean, I think, why is his bench press, gone up so much? Even before we started this project, it's because Tom's effectively built himself to bench by, building all the hypertrophy in his upper back, his chest, his arms, all that stuff. You look at the way Tom's deadlift forms improved so much, but he's actually starting to get comfortable with it now, where you see some just nasty ass speed on that barbell. And obviously, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the deload, because Tom's actually going to keep the calories up, and we'll talk a little bit about the food again. If you haven't heard much about it, Tom's diet, you need to go and watch the last week 4. We go into it very extensively. And here's Tom with the farmer's walk. He's getting into that 350 range in each hand, and he could do this sort of 400 pounds of straps. We're actually trying to get a little grip work out of this too, and not do this purely from muscular. Because if you want to do this purely from a muscular overload standpoint, you obviously would never let grip be in the limiting factor, because you got to define what the purpose of the exercise is and what's going to limit it. Well, anyways, that's a good kind of barometer for Tom to use also to see if he feels overtrained. That's good for most people. When your grip, when you're truly, overtrained or even like overreached, a lot of times you lose grip strength a lot. So, it's important to see there. And Tom's grip strength has come up immensely here. See, we're doing the lat pull downs on the knees, one cable each hand, using a pure muscle and tension style. I mean, Tom's not trying to heave, swing, anything. He's just feeling that muscle work. He's worried about the muscle, not the movement. Look at that back. It's like a beautiful, wide Christmas tree. Tom's getting a better range on these before. Talked to him before about getting better extension on the way out. Getting good squeeze, muscle and tension style here. And I mean, you look at the end of the workout when it's a 2-day workout, the second workout of the day, and he's just powering right through. So it's almost like we got to save Tom from himself with these deloads because he'd probably work out 10 times a day. Here's another great workout to build the traps. It's a high shrug. JC Heisen them on barbell, of course, but they work pretty damn good on the calf raise. Give it a shot, and you can see Tom ended the week at 341 pounds.